Great morning, great morning, great morning. Y'all, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. There is a word from the Lord. Ooh, I'm so excited. Yes. What is it? 6:39. Mm. Hey, you guys, come in. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know. I'm going to be with you guys for probably about 20 minutes, maybe about 20 minutes, about 20 minutes. So y'all come on in. It's not going to take long, but baby, I'm telling you, there's a word. There's a word. There's a word. There's a word. Come on in. All right, you guys, welcome. Happy Friday. Now, listen, I need you guys to understand that today is the 6th day of the 8th month of 2021. You guys, we are still in the first 7 days of August. And listen, I don't know about you, but God has shown up mightily. Hey, Artesia, how are you, beautiful? I'm so excited. Last night, I sent out the word to the prophetic words for the month for the people who purchased a subscription. And you all listen, I got my first my first message today about the word. And they were blessed by it. I'm super excited about this because it's allowing me to give people personalized words and strategies that I can't really give when I just do a open live, but I'm super excited. So listen, we're talking today about the fact that God's going to do it for you. God's going to do it for you. For you. I'm talking about for you. Now listen, before we get started, you all listen. Yesterday I experienced something. And when I tell you, it was amazing. You know, I teach at night from 6:30 to 10:30. Now that's late. Okay, that's late to be staying up. And then after I'm done, because you know you struggle to get through it. Last night I was like this, let's go. But then this is the beautiful thing. Last night I was able to go to sleep good, I'm talking about I went into a deep sleep. You know, that sleep that lets your body rest and restore. Like I went into that kind of sleep, and I am so excited about this, y'all. Listen. Y'all don't understand. To be able to go from having your energy be low, being kind of tired and sluggish, not really able to focus like you want to focus. And this is the crazy thing about this. Literally, I just was saying, that's right, Artesia, that REM sleep. I just was telling somebody, one of the things that is associated with fibromyalgia is, well, it's a lot of things, but it's depression, chronic fatigue syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome. It's lack of focus. They call it foggy brain, right? When your brain gets foggy and you just can't think clearly. Like, so for me, when I am, especially at the point when I'm kind of borderline going into a flare up, I can't think clearly. I can't focus, and I can want to, and I can try to, but it's not connecting the way I need it to. Baby, let me tell you something. Last night, within less than 15 minutes, I was like this. I literally felt like on the movie Limitless, when he took the pill and then all of a sudden he was able to see all these things that were going on around him. He was clear, he was focused, and he was, listen, that was me last night, right? So I slept good, you know, listen, that's another one. Slept good, okay? So when I tell you that my mind has been blown by this, but listen, I'm gonna let y'all see for yourself. So I'm getting ready to Snap. Come on, let me be great. There we go. Oh my God. Now this is caramel macchiato. Oh my God. This is crazy. Oh my God, this tastes good. Listen, y'all don't judge me. I'm trying. Oh my God. Hey Bishop, how you doing? Oh my God, y'all, that tastes so freaking good. Oh my God. And I literally feel it working in my body. Now, let me tell y'all why this is so significant. Because of the foggy brain and the depression, I literally, when I tell y'all this, I don't want you to think I just had a conversation with someone. I know when I'm going through these high stress, that maximum, like I've had a series of things, like I've been stretched and emotionally drained, right? And so I just had the conversation. I said, you know what? I feel like this is how I feel when I know that I've got to get some medication to help balance my body, right? And so I literally was talking about Effexor, because Effexor is an antidepressant, but it also helps with clarity and focus. Like it really keeps me focused and gives me, like I get real clear. But baby, last night when I took that, I was like, wow. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to need that. Maybe I'm not going to need that. Now, I just took this. This is my second time taking this product. And when I tell you that I feel it, right? Now, let me tell y'all why I say God's going to do it for you. Listen, the last thing I want is to have to take an antidepressant because of all the side effects that come with it. Like I don't like having to do it, but if I have to do it, I will. One of the things I'm clear on is that my mental health, my clarity, my focus, all of those things. See, it's not a thing of just being sad. Like really, there is some chemical imbalances. My neurotransmitters don't fire always the way they're supposed to. And so just like someone takes high blood pressure medicine, like there are times when I like need something to help me get my body in alignment. I'm just telling you that I just did a snap and it freaking tastes good. That was caramel macchiato. Tastes amazing. This is a game changer for me. See, because now I don't have to go to the doctor to get a prescription for something I did not want to take anyway, because I don't like feeling dependent on it. I don't like, because once you take it, you can't just stop automatically. Like you got to kind of wean yourself off. There are all of these things that you got to go through. So for me, God did this because he knew I didn't want to be taking Effexor. I didn't want to, but I needed the clarity and the focus that Effexor gives me. What I got last night and what I'm getting right now is the same kind of clarity and focus that I would have had. And then, y'all, I can't even just take the Effexor. I've got to have Prozac and Effexor in order to get the effect that I need. And you all know, anyone who's paid any attention to some of the side effects of Prozac and Effexor, you know that there are some serious challenges with it. So I'm blown away by the fact that I just was able to snap a pack, drink some liquid that tasted good, and get that clarity and focus like on another level. Now, I've used products that gave me some clarity and focus. I've used products that help with my mood, because that's the other thing. My mood. I was so happy yesterday, last night. I was like, if you look at my lives, you'll see it. But I'm telling you, and y'all know I don't exaggerate, because listen, I don't need to. Baby, my mind is blown right now. Like literally. Like if I were to put an emoji up, it would be the mind blown emoji. That's the emoji that I would put up. God did this for me. And I don't know if you all understand that whatever it is you need, whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is that is the challenge that you're facing, God is going to do it for you. God is going to do it for you. Why? Because he loves you, because he loves me. He loves us enough to give us exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. And for me, he knew what I needed and he brought it directly to me. You all, I'm telling you, God loves us so much that he wants us to have exactly what we need in every area of our life, including and especially our bodies. Listen, our bodies are our temple, right? And that means that if that is the temple, God definitely wants to honor the temple, and he wants us to honor the temple. So I am super excited to not have to put those chemicals in my body. I'm super excited to not have to get on antidepressants again. I'm super excited about this because I need to be able to get those toxins that come in them out of my system. Mind blown. God is doing a new thing. And when I tell you he's doing a new thing, he's doing it and he's doing it and he's doing it well. And just like he's doing it for me, he's going to do it for you. You all, we've got to get our minds right. We've got to get our minds in a position where we understand just how much God wants to do things for us, just how much he loves us, just how much he's concerned about us and everything that concerns us. Like there's nothing in your life that does not concern God that he is not concerned about. He's concerned about everything, even down to the number of hairs on your head. And because he's so concerned about us, he has already done it for us. But listen, you're going to see it show up. You're going to see it show up. Have you ever prayed to God for something? You prayed and you're like, God, I need this. I need something. I need this. I have. And I know what it's like to need something that only God can provide. Only God can make happen. Only God can get you through the obstacles or get you through a situation or bring something to fruition or, get you to a place or calm you down or whatever it is. But you need God so desperately. And you're like, God, I need you. I need you. I need you to do this for me. And then he does it. Today I go get the keys to my new place, to my new house. And God did it. Even though people were like, oh, the market's crazy. It's hard to find a house, all of the things, all of the obstacles and everything they said about the market was absolutely correct. But I don't worry about the market, whether it's the Forex, cryptocurrency markets, or whether it is the housing market, or whether it is the job market. I never worry about the market. But do you know why I don't worry about the market? Because I've got a God who's bigger than all of those markets combined. I want you to think about that. The Forex market is a $6.3 trillion a day market. 5 days a week, 6.3, something like that, 6.3, 6.4 trillion dollars. Trillion dollars runs through it. Not billions, not millions, trillion runs through it. And my God is bigger than that. God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we could think or ask, according to his riches in Christ Jesus. Everything we need, everything we've prayed for, like literally, he has all of that. And the question becomes this: do you believe him? Can you believe him for it? Are you going to stand on it? Are you going to trust him with it? I should have changed the title of this. It's not that God is going to do it for you. It's that God's already done it. It may not have shown up in the natural yet, but God's already done it. You may not see it with these eyes yet, but God's already done it. He's already done it because he loves us so much. He's already done it because he will not allow his name to be made a mockery. He's already done it because glory will go to him. He's already done it because he made all these promises to us in his word. He's already done it because his word will not return to him void, but it shall accomplish everything that it is sent forth to accomplish. He's already done it. He's already done it. It's already done. And he's simply waiting on us. Waiting on us. Waiting on us to finally believe him, to finally trust him, to finally line up with him, to get to that place where it already is. See, it's already there. He's waiting us to get here so that we can, there it is. See, it's there. You just can't see it because you haven't gotten to the place emotionally, vibrationally, psychologically, where you can see it. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Today, I want you to know that God is so concerned about you that he wants you to understand that this thing is serious. His love for you is serious. His concern for you is serious. His care for you is serious. Earlier in the year, I purchased my Right Brand clothing jogger set. Purchased it earlier in the year. See, Right Brand clothing. Shout out to Terrence, Mr. Pineapple. I purchased my jogger set. I didn't have the jogger set yet, but I purchased it. Okay. So when the jogger set came in, when it got in my hands, it wasn't that it hadn't already existed. It just hadn't existed in the space where I was. So when it showed up, what showed up is what had already existed. See, we mistake the fact that we may not see something in the natural for its failure to exist. It existed from the time it was conceived in his mind, even before then. But when it was conceived in his mind, then it was able to be manifested in the natural. God is manifesting the things that he's promised us. He's manifesting his promises in our life. And it's up to us to do our part, to be in position. It's up to us to do our part, to be ready to receive it. It's up to us. That part is up to us. He's done his part. Now it's our part. What are we going to do? See, he's already done it for us. He's already done it for us. When Jesus died on the cross, was buried, and resurrected, oh, he already did all the work. All the work was done. Now, the question is, will you receive it? That's right, Terrence Royal Pineapple. You see me in my Right Brand clothes. And this thing is so soft, y'all. Oh my God, it's so soft. It's not real heavy because, you know, we're in Florida. You know, you can't have nothing too heavy in Florida, right? Because it don't get that cold. But it's lightweight enough for me to have it on. But it's warm enough for it to take a chill off when it's chilly, right? So I'm so excited to be able to sport my Right Brand clothing jogger set. Amazing. It looks amazing. It feels amazing. So if you feel me, first of all, that's my soothing behavior is to rub myself, right? To rub my legs, right? But, oh my God, they feel so good with this jogger on. Amazing. God desires to manifest, to bring to reality, to bring to fruition all of the things that he's promised you. All of them. Every single one of them. Everything he's promised you. It is his desire to manifest it. But you've got to be a willing participant. The thing about God is he's such a gentleman. He's never going to overstep us or our will. This is why we have free will. We have the right to choose. Okay? Now, sometimes we may not like our choices, but that doesn't change the fact that we have a right to choose. Even if we don't like the choices that we have a right to choose. Literally, I went through this with my stepmom yesterday, and she was saying that, my cousin was making her do something. Well, she wasn't making her do it. She said, these are your choices. She just didn't like her choices. And I get it. Sometimes we don't like our choices, and sometimes we like our choices, and sometimes we like one choice and not another. But either way, we have to choose what we're going to do. So today, what is your choice going to be? Are you going to choose to believe God and stand on God's word? Or are you going to question and doubt and move in fear? What are you going to do? It's really that simple. I was thinking about this yesterday as I was teaching, and I was talking about choices, and as I was talking about personality, and I was talking about how we show up. And I realized something, that it's not that I didn't know it, but sometimes I just say just the facts and people just get mad at me because I'm just saying the facts. These are the facts, right? And a lot of times people don't want to acknowledge the facts. They don't want to admit the facts. They don't want to face the facts. They don't want to, right? And I'm not saying facts in the sense that we don't have the ability to change things, but I'm saying, listen, there are some things that are going to happen. Just going to happen. You will die. You will die. At some point in your life will end and you will cross over. See, depending on what you believe, right? Depending on what you believe about what that looks like, there is a physical death that occurs to this body, okay? Now, I believe that we are spirits in a body. And because we're spirits in a body, even when this body dies, our spirit lives, okay? Oh my God, I just had a whole freaking epiphany. I don't know if you got, what is the name of that show? I don't know if you guys have seen this show, but I promise you, I just got a whole new revelation about that show. So in the show, the body is called a sleeve, right? And a person, their body something can happen to the body, but their consciousness, their spirit, their essence is housed in like a stack. The stack can put in a different sleeve and still continue to exist. It just exists in a different sleeve, a different body. See, we are a spirit. We are a spirit living in a body, right? And that spirit inside of us is where our consciousness resides, right? Our consciousness, our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts all exist inside the spirit man, right? We have choices, we have will. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing as it relates to our bodies? What are we doing as it relates to our spirits? Because the spirit continues on, but it needs the body. It needs the body in order to do. It needs the body in order to touch. It needs the body in order to move. It needs the body, right? So if we are not taking care of our body, if we are abusing our body, if we are not giving our body what it needs, then we're also hindering our spirit. You all, this thing is serious. This thing just got deep for me. What are we doing? If we say we love God, but we don't take care of our body, do we love God? Because if God resides inside this body and we're not taking care of it, is that love? If we know that God has a plan for our life and things that we're supposed to do, but we aren't physically able to do them because we're not taking care of our body, or we haven't taken care of our body, do we love God? Do we love ourselves? Do we love ourselves enough to do what we need to do to take care of this temple, this physical body? I said that August 22nd, 8/22, 2021, I turned 55. And I'm excited about turning 55. And a lot of people don't understand that. Hey, Elder Sharon. Hey, Linda, woman of God, how are you? A lot of people don't understand why I tell people my age, but that's because they don't know my story. So when I was growing up, I had some health challenges, and I didn't really understand. I just knew that I had to go to the doctor a lot of times, and I didn't feel good, and something was off, right? As I got older, I started having some additional challenges. I remember at one point I was bent over like this, and I could not stand up straight. I was in Nebraska at the time, and that's when they diagnosed me as having fibromyalgia. I didn't really understand it. I didn't really know what it was, but I knew it was a conglomerate of a lot of things. It's in the arthritis lupus family, and arthritis comes along with it, rheumatoid arthritis. And so all of these things, all of these challenges I faced, and then I began to have mini strokes. I would have all the symptoms of a stroke. Like I wouldn't be able to feel on one side of my body. I wouldn't be able to talk. Like it would be like I was having an actual stroke, and then the symptoms would subside. But I remember going to the hospital a number of times with the symptoms and them saying, oh, it's just stress. It's in your mind. But really there was something going on. I remember when they discovered the hole in my heart, and apparently it had been there all my life, but I never had a heart murmur, or they never heard anything that was like off or anything like that. But they found the hole in my heart, and they said, well, we're going to have to repair this, because what's happening is fatty tissue is instead of going and being filtered through your body, it's shooting to your brain. And it is producing the symptoms of a stroke. And if it happens repeatedly, what will happen is if you have too many mini strokes, you'll have a major stroke, right? And so, they said, we got to repair it. So they were going to go in through a vein in my leg, and run the device in. And they had a device that they were going to put in their pull, and it would open up and fill the space, right, where the hole was. Well, when they got in there, what they realized, the device was good up to 12 millimeters. The hole was exactly 12 millimeters. So if the hole had been just a little bit larger, they would have had to crack open my chest during that time, crack open my chest in order to repair it. But they didn't. Because I serve a God that is so great. Even when I had the mini stroke and I couldn't talk, I was talking. There were words coming out of my mouth, but they didn't make sense. They were not registering. Like I was saying, in my head, I was saying the words that I was trying to say, but what my children were hearing was, that's what they were hearing. I was saying whatever I was saying in English. It sounded perfect to me in my head, but when it came out of my mouth, and that's one of the things that can happen when you have a stroke. Now, when that happened, it made me nervous. Why did it make me nervous? I make my living talking, speaking, teaching, educating. What would have happened had I not been able to put my words together ever again? Like I immediately in that moment began to weep, because I was talking, but I wasn't able to communicate effectively. But God had already done it for me. He'd already fixed it for me. Eventually, those symptoms subsided, and I was able to say things, and what I was saying in my head was what came out of my mouth. So many times I could have been gone, whether at my own hands, and I tried to kill myself, or whether in an accident that was not my fault. So many times in the natural, I should have been dead. I should have been gone. It should have been over for me. It should have been lights out. But God had already done it for me. He had already ordered my steps. He had already orchestrated. He had already established the plans that he has for me. His thing was he just needed me to get to that place. He just needed me to follow the path. He just needed me to show up. He just needed me to trust him. He just needed me to stand on his word. He needed me to operate in faith. And so that's what I've done. Okay, God, let's go. Let's go. So this year he made me promises. Specifically for me, for this year, he made me promises. I'm not saying that other people can't have these same promises. I'm talking about my daddy told me, this is what I'm doing for you. And as I have gone through 2021, baby, his promises are manifesting. Not because I'm so good or I'm so perfect, because I'm not, and I have definitely messed up. Not because I am sinless, because I have definitely sinned. But because I serve a God that is so good and so loving and so gracious that his heart's desire is to be able to bless me. And he's looking for me to give him an excuse to bless him, to bless me. Just an excuse. Oh, you believe? Oh, look, I've been waiting for this. Let me go on and give this to you. Much the way we as parents are with our children. Like, it's not that we don't want to do things for them. We look for excuses, look for reasons to be able to bless them. God is the same way with us. He's just waiting for us to wake up so that we don't mess that blessing up. He's waiting for us to wake up so that we don't throw it away. He's waiting for us to wake up, to believe, to stand in faith so that he can show out in our lives, so that the world can see how much he loves us. The world can see how amazing he is. The world can see what he's doing. So all of those promises God has made you, all of those promises that he's made you year after year after year, baby, get ready. Get ready. Get ready. I need you to get ready, get your mind ready. I need you to make space for it. I need you to clear out your closet for it. I need you to create a space in your garage for it. I need you to do whatever it is you need to open the account for it. If you don't have a bank account, how is he going to put money in it? Listen, y'all, we got to get ready for what God is doing. If you don't have a cryptocurrency wallet, where is he going to put your cryptocurrency? You got to get ready. You got to get ready for what God is doing. You got to get ready for how he's moving. You got to get ready for where he's taking you. You got to already get ready. You got to already get ready. You can't wait until it happens and then get ready. No, no, no. You get ready now. You make room for it. You say you want love in your life. Create the space for love to show up. How do you want love to show up? Is love going to show up if everything is chaotic? Nah, it's not. And if it does show up, you're going to mess it up. So what you got to do is you got to understand that there is a part of this that you have to play. There's some cleaning that you have to do. You got to clean house. You got to clean your car. You got to make room in your closet. You got to clear out some drawers. You got to put things in place so that when love shows up, there is space for love to exist. The space is already there. We've already created the environment and the atmosphere for love to show up. See, we want the love to show up, but we don't want to move none of our stuff out of the closet. We want love to show up, but we don't want nobody in our space. We want love to show up, but we want to be selfish all the time. It's always all about us. So how can love show up? You're not ready for love. You're not ready for love. But we want clear. We want clear. We want clear what needs to be cleared, so that God can send the things that we say that we desire. A lot of that, though, is because we're in bondage. We're in bondage to our past. We're in bondage to our fear. We're in bondage to our pain. We are in bondage. But this is the time You've been hearing me talk about time a lot lately, talking about the chronos and the Kairos, right? The chronos is chronological time. Kairos is God's time, baby. But when Kairos comes into the chronos, baby, it happens. It happens, and it is undeniable. So what God is doing is, this is a Kairos moment. This is a Kairos moment, right? I've been talking about this. I need y'all to understand this. I just saw a thing from a prophet that I follow in California, and he just talked about God is bringing things into perfect timing. I've been telling y'all this. I've been telling y'all this. Anybody that's been following me, you know, you guys, I've been talking about this chronos and this Kairos. God has had that in my spirit. See, we'll miss things in the now and miss the Kairos timing of God because we won't align with the chronos. We won't allow the Kairos and the chronos to align. So when Kairos comes into our chronos, we got to move. We got to move. We got to act on it. We got to do something. You can't look at it and think that something's going to change or something's going to happen. It doesn't work like that. This is a Kairos moment where God has created a space and time for you to experience some things that you've been saying that you wanted, where you can experience some things that you've been saying that you need, where you can experience some things where you've been saying, God, if you just. So he just created the timing. And he's pulled it into your chronos. And he's waiting for you to tap in. I'm determined I won't miss the Kairos timing of God. When God gives me an opportunity to move, to get what it is that he's promised me, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do it with such passion and determination and commitment and resilience and perseverance that it's going to create a breakthrough. God wants to give us a breakthrough, but we can't stop. And what we do is we stop. Okay, you're doing something that's not producing what you want, but instead of making a necessary shift, you just keep doing it, or you just stop and you say, oh, see, this is why, you know, it's never going to happen for me. I'm never going to have it. I'm never going to, God did this. He didn't. God is, now God lying? No. God didn't lie. God didn't lie. God didn't lie. God didn't lie. It may not be what you think it was. It may be something else. It may be a different direction. It may be the timing is not quite there yet, but it does not mean quit. It does not mean stop, because God has already done it for you. Not even that he's going to do it for you. He's already done it for you. And he is waiting for you to get in position to receive what is already done. It's just like I have a package. I have a package that is at an office that I've got to pick up. The package has already been delivered. I don't have it, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. No, it exists. It's already been delivered, and it's waiting for me to come and get it. But I have to go to the place in order to get it. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So you got to be in the place where it is, the place where it resides, in order to get it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Y'all, I'm not playing with this. I'm telling y'all what God is saying, and it is up to you to do what you need to do to tap in. Okay? God is a God of principles. God is a God of laws, right? Spiritual principles work. Whether we believe them or not, they work. Okay? And God is trying so desperately to get harvest into our hands. But we, with our hard-headed selves, won't put anything in the ground. We won't put anything in the ground. We won't put it in the ground. And that's crazy to me. You know, anytime there is getting ready to be a major move in my life, there's seed that I put in the ground. And I know you all may think, that, I just ask for seed. I sow seed. I sow a lot of seed. I sow a lot of seed in good ground, right? And I've learned that my breakthrough is always attached to seed time, and harvest. Breakthrough is your harvest for the seeds that you've sown. Breakthrough is your harvest for the seeds that you've sown. If you don't sow any seeds, you don't have anything that is going to produce or multiply. Harvest requires multiplication, but multiplication requires something that can be multiplied. When you look at the parable of the talents, the one who had the one talent that didn't do anything with it, he buried it in the ground. It was like, oh no, I can't use it because I'm just going to bury it. And then when you come back, I'm going to give you back that one talent that you gave me. Everybody else, they multiplied their talents because they put seed in the ground, not in the physical ground. Now he put it in the physical ground. There was no place for it to go. They put it in the soil so that it could grow. Whatever that soil was, it multiplied, it magnified, it doubled it up. Listen, that double thing is real because there's some doubling that God is doing. The other day, I talked about a 1,000-fold blessing that God was talking about from Deuteronomy 1:11. But right now he's doubling it up. He's doubling it up. He's doubling some things up. He's doubling some things up. Why is he doubling some things up? Well, listen, I'm going to tell you, for me, what God has been ministering to me, especially as it relates to the anointing that I carry, as it relates to what he's doing in my life in this season, there's a double thing going. And I want you to think about this. My birthday is 8, which is double 4, 4 plus 4, right? 22, which is another, 4, 2, 2, 4, right? And I turned 55, which is another double 5s, right? Double greats. God is trying to do some things that's going to blow our minds, and we're going to miss it because we don't want to put seed in the ground. So funny. I was talking about seed the other day, and I was saying something about putting it in good soil, and I sent a seed to somebody else. They were like, well, what's this for? It's seed in the ground. I'm sowing seed in good ground. They were like, what? I was like, yeah, you're good soil. So I'm going to put this seed in here because I know it's going to reap a harvest. And it's been reaping a harvest. It's been reaping a harvest. You got to understand that what God is doing in this season requires our active participation, because he's creating Kairos moments and bringing the Kairos into the Chronos. He's creating Kairos moments and bringing the Kairos into the Chronos. And when it comes into the Chronos, then you have activation. I'm ready for my harvest. Listen, you guys, if you want to sign up for the prophetic drive-by to get your monthly prophetic word, go to bit.ly/prophetic drive-by. If you are feeling led to put seed in the ground, if you are feeling led to sow a seed, listen, I've posted my Cash App. You can drop a seed there. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all what God is doing. That's the church. Hold on. What God is doing in this season is going to blow your mind. That's what he keeps telling me. I'm going to blow your mind. This is blessings that are mind-blowing blessings. I'm telling you, all I've been feeling lately is the emoji that the head blown, the mind blown emoji, right? Listen, the mind blown emoji. God is getting ready to blow your mind. He's getting ready to blow your mind. And he's looking for some people who are ready to have their minds blown. He's looking for some people who are ready to believe him, ready to trust him, ready to stand on his word, ready to act on his word. It's one thing to believe. It's another thing to act on it. It's one thing to say you believe. It's another thing to act on it. True belief shows up in action. That's good. True belief shows up in action. You do something. When you believe something, you do something. Okay. I was believing God for a house, right? But if I never went to any houses, if I never applied, if I never did, and I only put in one application, that's it. One application. The house that I saw that I was like, this is it. I put my application in, bam, I got it. They even waived one of my application fees. Waived it. They cut my deposit. Do you understand what I'm saying? They worked with me on the time frame. When God desires for you to have something, if you believe him enough to engage in the actions that he's telling you to engage in, he'll work everything else out. So today I get my keys. Today I move into my new place. And tonight I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating God because only God could do it. I'm celebrating God because I didn't do it in my own strength. It wasn't because of my credit score. It wasn't because I had all of the money up front. It was none of that. It was God. God orchestrated it. God worked it out. God made it flow. God did it. God did it. God did it. And because God did it, I honor him. I honor him. I'm grateful. I thank him. I woke up this morning with the spirit of gratitude because God, listen, he gave me something I needed to avoid having to use something I didn't want to use. Listen, God is doing this thing and he's waiting on you to understand what he's doing. He's waiting on you to catch up. He's waiting on you to realize that he's moving in some supernatural ways. And this month, the month of August, and people, listen, I'm telling you, I've been telling people this is the month where there is going to be so much financial breakthrough for those people who operate in God's principles. And I'm not saying that you just got to sow here. I'm not telling you that you just got to sow here. Wherever you put the seed in the ground, just make sure it's good soil, baby, and watch what God does. God is doing something great and it is relating to our finances. God really wants to bless us financially because many people have been struggling financially. You've been in a place of financial struggle, but because you've been in a place of financial struggle, this is what's happened. You've gotten like this. And when you're like this, he can't put it in your hands. There's no room. There's no place for it to go because you're so busy holding on to the seed that he gave you that you can't receive the harvest that he's trying to give you. So you're so busy holding on to the seed that he gave you that you can't receive the harvest that he's sending. The only way you can receive the harvest is by planting the seed. Once the seed is planting, your hands are free and open to receive the harvest that he wants to give you. But that's the only way you get it. It's with open hands. You can't get the harvest with clenched hands. You can't get the harvest holding on tight like this. You can't get it. You have to open up. You have to put the seed where it goes in the ground so that it can be fertilized, so that it can be rained on, so that it can get all of the things that it needs, the nutrients from the soil, all of that, so that it can begin to grow and yield the harvest that God has promised you. God is not a man that he should lie. He's not a man that he should lie. God simply wants to know this. Do you believe that it's already done? So I apologize to you guys for putting God is going to do it for you. I apologize. I was absolutely wrong about that. It should have said God's already done it for you. It's already done in the spirit. And we're just waiting for it to catch up with it in the natural. Not waiting for it to catch up with us, waiting for us to catch up with it. Because it's where it's supposed to be. We just got to get where we're supposed to be. So if you feel led, drop that seed in the soil and watch what God does. I know it says the Dominion seed on the Veronica Walters. Listen, if that seed is what God is saying to you, do that. If he's saying more, do that. If he's saying less, do that. $50, $55, whatever God is telling you to do that, because that's what he's going to honor. Never think a seed is too small to produce a harvest. Never think a seed is too small to produce a harvest. But know this, know that the true test of seed and what it produces is the stretch that it requires of you. I remember times in my life where it was a stretch for me to do $10. Like, I got $10. That's all I get. And when God would say, sow that $10, I'd be like, I ain't got no gas. But I'm going to sow this seed. And every single time I did that, God created a harvest for me. Sometimes it was financial. Sometimes it was favor. Sometimes somebody might just say, hey, I just want to fill your tank up. Fill me up now. Okay? Fill me up. All right? You don't know what God is going to do. It may have been the favor that someone gives you. But whatever it is, God desires to have you see what he's already done. Have you see and experience what he's already done. It is done. It is finished. When Jesus said that on the cross, it is finished, and he gave up the ghost, it was finished. He did everything that he needed to do in that moment. And now it's up to us to do what we need to do. Listen, you guys, I gotta pack up. Yay! Thank you, God. I've got to pack up, but know this, know that I love you guys to life and life. Oh, let me not forget. Listen, you guys, let me tell you, on August the 21st, I can't forget this because this is important. On August 21st, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. is the Get Free and Get Paid conference. Telling your story for his glory. Listen, it is going to be amazing. God has promised me some things with this event. It's located here in Tampa live, but also online. It is $55 to register, and you can register at bit.ly get free, get paid. Bit.ly get free, get paid. That's for the 1 day. If you want to do the 2 days, because on Friday I'm having a special VIP service, or it's not service, but session. And to do that, you would go to get free, get paid, VIP. Hold on. You just add the VIP to the end of it. Bit.ly /get free, get paid VIP. It's $110 for the VIP, $55 for Saturday. You all, it's going to be amazing. And then Saturday night is Dr. V's Fit, Fine, and Fabulous 55th birthday bash. It's going down. Fit, Fine, and Fabulous 55th birthday bash. We are going to have an amazing time. We're going to enjoy one another. We're going to celebrate. That's also $55. Listen, it's going to include your entry, your a drink. If you drink, if you don't drink, it's going to include your soda, okay? And your food. So you all, this month is my birthday month. This is my birth month, and I am celebrating all month long. So you all, I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to say I didn't tell you. I don't want you to say you didn't know. Listen, literally, I want you to get there. I want you to get there. The regular tickets are at bit.ly /get free, get paid. $55 for Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We also have vendor spots. Vendor spots are $55. Whatever you make, you make. Now, listen, I'm going to be doing some interesting things with my vendor spots because it is both live and virtual. So you're going to be able to sell live, but you can be a virtual vendor. And as a virtual vendor, I'm going to create time and space throughout the conference for the virtual vendors to share what they are selling, what they have to offer, what service, what products, and people will be able to purchase because people are going to be online and people are going to be live. So you're getting two sets of audiences. So unlike many vending events where you're live and all you get is the people who are live, you're going to have access to both the people who are physically in the building and the people who are joining us virtually. It's going to be off the chain. I cannot wait to see how this goes. So I'm really looking forward to it. Vendor slots are $55. If you're interested in being a vendor, let me know that you want to be a vendor. Let me know that you want to be a vendor, and I'll send you the link so that you can register. Get the invoice so that you can pay it, so that you can secure your vendor spot. I'm only going to have a limited number of vendors, right? Only going to have a limited number of vendors. I'm looking at 10 vendors. Only, I think I'm only going to do 3 to 4 live vendors, 3 to 4 live vendors, and 6 to 10 virtual, 6 to 10. I'm not sure on that number yet, but listen, those live vending slots, they are premium. They are premium. So I want you to definitely let me know so that we can get you set up. Having said that, you all listen, this is what I need you to know. I love you to life and life more abundant. You all, I want you to have an amazing, incredible day because God's already done it. He's waiting for you to catch up. Listen, love you guys. Mwah.